So this week in AI has been unreal. Microsoft just dropped its first ever image generator built completely in-house. Google quietly slipped its Nano Banana model straight into search. Ant Group out of China unveiled a trillion-parameter open-source beast meant to take on OpenAI and DeepSeek, and then Google returned again, this time completely reworking voice search so it no longer relies on text at all. So let's break it down. Starting with Microsoft, because this one really caught everyone off guard. Microsoft AI has launched its first text-to-image model developed entirely internally, and it's called MAI-img1. Until now, Microsoft leaned heavily on partners like OpenAI for generative models, but this time they went solo and nailed it. The model already sits among the top 10 on LM Arena, where humans rate image quality in live comparisons. That means it's competing directly with heavyweights like Midjourney and Runway, and actually holding its own. MAI-img1 is part of Microsoft's growing internal lineup that started with MAI Voice 1 and the MA1 preview model. This one extends that family into visual generation. The company says its goal was simple: make images that feel real, not like the recycled AI art we've all seen 1,000 times. They spent months refining data selection, focusing on data sets that mirror what professional creators actually use. They even collaborated with real artists to ensure the model's visual style stays natural. Early testers say MAI-img1 stands out for its realism, especially when it comes to complex lighting, realistic reflections, and natural environments. It's also quick. Microsoft designed it for what they call rapid iteration, meaning you can generate multiple high-quality images within seconds and pass them straight to editing tools without slowing your workflow. Basically, you create fast, refine fast, and keep moving. Right now, it's being tested publicly on LM Arena, where users can prompt it, vote on results, and see it side by side with other models. This helps Microsoft fine-tune safety guardrails, something they've been improving since launching Copilot and Bing Image Creator. Once this testing wraps, MAI-img1 will be integrated directly into Copilot, Bing Image Creator, and eventually Microsoft 365. So every Windows user will soon have a native image generator sitting inside their apps. The company hasn't shared the technical details, no architecture, no parameter count, but from how it performs, it's clearly optimized for low latency and interactivity, not massive offline rendering. That means it's tuned for quick prompts and consistent visual quality, probably using a tight token-to-pixel pipeline that avoids the style collapse problem where every image starts looking the same. But here's the bigger takeaway: Microsoft's clearly shifting strategy. For years, they've been OpenAI's biggest backer, but now they're building independent models, experimenting with Anthropic's systems, and rolling out internal AI under their own name. MAI-img1 marks a real turning point. It shows Microsoft doesn't just want to fund AI innovation, they want to lead it. If the rollout goes smoothly, it could easily become the default creative tool for hundreds of millions of people who already use Windows every day. Now, while Microsoft's chasing control and precision, Google's going the opposite way, making AI creation effortless. Instead of launching another flashy app, they quietly built their creative model right into search. It's called Nano Banana, and yes, the name's weird, but the execution is brilliant. Nano Banana has been around for a while inside Gemini and a few other Google tools, but this is the first time it's been fully integrated into search through Lens and AI mode. You open Lens, tap the yellow Create button, the one with the banana icon, and you can start generating or editing images right inside the search flow. No downloads, no extra apps, just type what you want and get results instantly. It's rolling out first in the United States and India, supporting English for now, but it'll expand globally soon. Google isn't hyping it with a big marketing push either. It's more of a quiet update that makes search feel more alive. And it works surprisingly well. Nano Banana handles lighting and realism beautifully, keeps people recognizable after edits, and automatically watermarks everything with Synth ID, both visibly and invisibly, so AI-generated content is properly tagged. The best part is how smooth it feels. It's fast, lightweight, and polished for something baked straight into search. Google isn't trying to compete directly with image tools like Midjourney, they're just weaving creativity into what billions of people already do every day, and that might actually be more powerful than any standalone product launch. But the biggest shock this week didn't come from the West, it came from China. Ant Group, the fintech giant behind Alipay, unveiled a monster called Ling-1T. The name literally means 1 trillion, and that's how many parameters it packs. It's open source, massive, and designed to challenge OpenAI, DeepSeek, and even Google's Gemini series on reasoning, math, and code generation. Ant describes Ling-1T as a general-purpose model, a kind of digital hybrid between a mathematician, a coder, and a logician. What's surprising is that it's open source. That's nearly unheard of at this scale. Western labs like OpenAI and Anthropic keep their biggest models locked away, but Ant flipped that idea completely. They're betting that transparency and collaboration will move AI forward faster than secrecy ever could. On performance, Ling-1T isn't just holding its own, it's competing directly with the best. It scored about 70.4% accuracy on benchmarks like Live Codebench and the American Invitational Mathematics Examination. That's right in line with Gemini 2.5 Pro and ahead of both DeepSeek and GPT-5 main. Each test used more than 4,000 output tokens, showing how deeply the model can reason through complex problems. Ant Group says the focus wasn't just scale, it was consistency and logical accuracy in real-world conditions. They claim Ling-1T demonstrates better reasoning stability than both open and closed alternatives, and since this is actually their second trillion-parameter model after Ring-1T Preview, which they called the world's first open-source thinking model, it's clear they're all in on open innovation. What's happening here is a real shift in China's approach to AI. Instead of building models solely for domestic use, they're competing globally and inviting collaboration. Ant Group is positioning itself as the open alternative in a world of closed systems. If Ling-1T keeps up this pace, it could push the whole AI race toward a more community-driven future, where trillion-parameter systems are shared instead of hidden behind expensive API. And just when everyone was digesting that, Google pulled another move, this time changing how voice search itself works. They launched something called S2R, short for speech to retrieval, and it quietly replaces one of the oldest parts of voice technology. Every voice assistant you've ever used, Siri, Alexa, Google, follows the same basic formula. Listen to your question, convert your speech into text, then search for an answer, but that transcription step is where everything can fall apart. A single misheard word can completely ruin the query, so Google decided to remove it altogether. With S2R, your voice isn't turned into text anymore, it's converted into something called an embedding, a mathematical representation of meaning. That embedding is compared directly with Google's index, matching ideas instead of literal words. The result? The system doesn't care how you phrase the question, it just understands what you meant. S2R uses a dual encoder setup. One model processes your voice, another encodes web documents, and the two are matched by meaning. It streams audio in real time, retrieves results instantly, and sends them through Google's normal ranking engine. In tests across 17 languages, it outperformed traditional speech-to-text pipelines and got close to human-level comprehension. Google even released a public dataset for developers called Simple Voice Questions, hosted on Hugging Face. It covers 26 locales in 17 languages, with recordings from quiet rooms, busy streets, and even TVs playing in the background. It's part of a new benchmark suite called MSC, the Massive Sound Embedding Benchmark, meant to standardize how we measure AI systems that work with sound. So next time you talk to Google and it just gets you instantly, that's not coincidence. That's S2R handling your voice directly through meaning, skipping text altogether, no transcription errors, no misheard names, just intent, straight to results. All right, that wraps up this week's AI Chaos. Drop a comment, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.